YouTube, what's up? Frogs Angels back with some more NFL action, and we got a whole video for one quarterback prospect, Sam Darnold of USC, potential first, maybe second overall pick. Let's get into this video, starting with Andrew Luck. Can he be the next Andrew Luck? Getting some of those comparison talks to him, similar style. What I'm really looking for is, can he be worthy of the #1 pick like Andrew Luck was? I know Andrew Luck still has more to prove. He needs to get on the field, but I'm looking at the skill. Can he be the same skill level? Is he worthy of the #1 or #2 pick? He's 6'4", 220, so has the right size. Quote from an NFL scouting report: Darnold has NFL size, arm strength, accuracy, pocket mobility, poise, and field reading capability. Can't 100% agree with this, but I cannot disagree. Let's go through it. Darnold has NFL size. Check that off. He does. Arm strength. He has the arm strength. Accuracy. He has accuracy, so I can't disagree with it. But is the accuracy worthy of the #1 or #2 overall pick? I say no. Pocket mobility, same thing. He has it, but not top pick. Has poise, field reading capability. Kind of a weird thing to say because like a lot of these guys are capable of reading the field. Does he do it a lot better than the other guys? I don't think so, but he can do it. Now on to some negatives, and I have a possible comparison of Jay Cutler. Can he be the next Jay Cutler? I'll get into that, why I put Jay Cutler there in a second here. Do I necessarily think he's the same type, same style as him? Maybe not, but I'll get into that in a second. Some negatives: 26 touchdowns, 13 interceptions in 2017. Not completely terrible, but not really good. Especially playing against the Pac-12 defenses, you expect more touchdowns, less interceptions. Last 20 games, he had 20 interceptions. That's pretty terrible in my opinion. Shows he can throw interceptions, can make bad decisions. Quarterbacks in the past have guys that turn it over have been good. So it's not like interceptions matters a ton. Looking at Deshaun Watson, turned the ball over, had quite a few interceptions, but he also had more attempts, more touchdowns. Was able to do a lot on the ground. He played against better competition, played more games, and won a championship. So a big difference there. But what really gets to me, adding on top of those interceptions, is the fumbles. Dropped 12 fumbles in 2017. I think he lost 9 of them, but that can turn into more in the NFL. You would think it would. In the last 2 seasons, dropped the ball 21 times. So he fumbles a lot on top of it compared to the other quarterbacks in this draft, a lot more. So that really scares me. Can you really coach this? You can't. You can't really coach this. So he could possibly be a turnover-prone guy. Now, why do I have Jay Cutler there? Jay Cutler wasn't the most turnover-prone guy, but my point is Jay Cutler was the right NFL prototype quarterback. He had the skills. He had the potential. He was actually good. He was actually pretty decent. But in games, a couple years ago in Bears, while he was playing quarterback for the Bears, there was a lot of games where they could have won, but they lost. The Bears had a terrible record. But there, you can go back and look, like that game could have been won, should have been won. Jay Cutler would have you leading the game because of his skill, but then would also take the game away because of those decision makings late in the game. So that's why I compare him to Jay Cutler possibly, because he can do that. On to the next part here, this is my opinion. I think can make that big play to get you ahead, but can make that negative play that costs you the game. That's my opinion. That's what I'm saying. It's similar to Jay Cutler. I mean, he's got a lot of potential. I'm more a fan of the guy that's ready right now. Stats that won't change much. Completion percentage never really changes. It's something that I noticed from prospects. It doesn't really change a whole lot. It will change a little bit. But he had a 63% completion percentage. Pretty solid. I expected maybe a little lower, but good enough. Turnovers, he had a lot. Between just interceptions, he had a lot, and he had fumbles. The fumbles is really what gets to me. Can't coach that. So turnovers, I don't think will change that much. I think he's going to have it. Can he cut it down throughout the years? Sure. But he's going to lose you some games. Do you see a guy turning the ball over a lot, winning a Super Bowl or contending for a Super Bowl? I really don't. I mean, he has the tools. He has the potential. So he can be good. But it seems like every single expert is agreeing with each other. Usually have some expert or scout coming out saying, yeah, we really don't like this guy that much as everyone else is saying. But I have a late first round grade on him. Why late first? Potential. That's what keeps him in the first, in my opinion. That's a positive. Decision makings makes him go down to late first. Everyone else has #1, or I haven't seen him pass #2 quarterback in this draft. I'm actually going to disagree. Probably surprising to a lot. But the turnovers gets to me. I mean, there's good quarterbacks in the NFL that turn the ball over quite a bit, but can they win? Can they actually go out there and win? Taking care of the ball is very important. It seems like game managers are doing a lot more lately in the NFL. Let the rest of the team play. Let the defense win you games. Just don't give it to the other team. Looking at the NFC Championship game, Case Keenum throws a bad pick when the Vikings are up. That really changed the game. Case Keenum had a great year, but a guy like that, he just, even though he gets better and he had a great year, you can't win a Super Bowl. Guys like that, and there's worse guys than that in the league. They just can't do it because they'll make that negative play at the wrong time, and that's why I compare to Jay Cutler, who was actually overall he was a good quarterback, but he cost the Bears some games because of a late decision where really they just either needed to play conservative or a touchdown puts the game away, and it ended up being a pick six or a pick that turns into a touchdown for the other team. They lose the game. I've seen so many of that, and that's what Sam Darnold reminds me of. He does have a ton of potential, so I'm not going to sit here and say he will never be good, but I am nowhere near as high on him as other people. Nowhere near. I would not take him first overall. I would not take him second overall. Mainly the reason being for second overall is because the other talent on the board for the Giants are a team that, they got to believe they can contend. They were in the playoffs 2 years ago. If it wasn't for bad coaching and injuries, they've got to believe that they would be back. Every team's got to think like that, especially the Giants. So I'm not taking a guy that you're going to sit on the bench and not help you right away or could take games away from you. So, I mean, yeah, late first round grade for me, but that could be bumped up because he's a quarterback. I understand that. First rounders have team options, so that's why a lot of quarterbacks go in the first round. So he will go in the first round. He will go earlier than I think he should go. But it's because of his potential. I think the team that needs to take him is a team that is already in rebuild mode or going into rebuild mode. So that's why a team like the Giants or the Broncos, I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. So that's my Sam Darnold video. Probably surprising, but Josh Rosen is my #1 quarterback. Not changing that, and still reviewing a lot, but Sam Darnold will not be my #2 quarterback either. So I know that's pretty surprising, but those are my thoughts on Sam Darnold. Could be a good football player, could be a good quarterback. I just don't like him first or second overall. No way, in my opinion. So I hope you enjoyed the video. More draft coverage, mock drafts, NFL free agency. We had a Kirk Cousins video yesterday. Please check that out. More free agency predictions. We got you covered. All kinds of stuff. Don't you worry. We got you covered. So please subscribe. Like the video. Come back for more. That'll do it. Goodbye.